Here we go. Hello and
Hello.
welcome.
Hello and welcome. You like that? You like that?
We see you when you're talking in the chat. I wore a muted nude for you. No plum.
Hello, everyone. We're very excited. We do read the chat before we start.
We get excited. Jamie Ivey is here. We're so excited.
Don't get so excited about Jamie Ivey that you're not excited about.
Yeah, let's all calm down about Jamie Ivey. She's a delight, but
settle
let's all
down, please. Come on, focus. Focus on this toboggan.
Well, there are lots of new people here this time.
Yay!
We're very excited. I guess everyone's new because Colton's going to do a sex. And so they're reaping those benefits of the AUA.
I look forward to later in this talk discussing his Enneagram number, which I saw someone on the internet had decided what number he is.
Oh, fascinating.
I know. We'll talk. We'll discuss.
Okay. Well, if this is your first time, welcome. If you are, as someone mentioned in the chat, an AUA virgin, we're here to hand you a red balloon and let you pop it in a weird metaphor kind of way.
I just would have never thought you'd be the one to do that.
You know,
I'm so proud of you, Aaron.
I'm feeling good tonight. Okay, so what we do is I will we'll ask questions from the Patreon post first, and then we will go into questions on the YouTube chat. So if you have any questions that you didn't get to ask in the Patreon feed, go ahead and throw them into the chat and we'll try to do them real quick. We got a lot of people, a lot of questions. So we're going to go through these as quickly as we possibly can, but to satiate your burning desire.
Ooh,
good
very,
vocab.
Very sexual tonight. Good
yes.
job.
Should we update like 2 drink Aaron? 1 melatonin Jamie going on right here. Weird dynamic.
You guys, I accidentally took my melatonins too early, like an hour and a half too early. So I'm feeling all the things. I'm just so glad you're here, you guys.
But where is Knox? Where are you?
Where are you on the
medication spectrum?
I'm pretty free, like not spoken for. I just got out of a really good lacrosse practice for 10-year-olds, so I'm in a really healthy place.
Outside,
the wind cut through me like a knife. It was tough.
Okay.
Did you wear your hat?
I didn't. Did you wear your hat? I did not.
Love your hat.
Oh, great. Love that hat. Okay. So here we go. We're going to jump right in. We're going to start with Amanda Edgeworth. What is your favorite book to movie adaptation? What book would you love to see made into a movie? And who would be the lead actors/actresses?
Okay. So my favorite is To Kill a Mockingbird because it's so great. Right. Or maybe like Stand By Me by Stephen King. That's pretty impressive.
Book to movie, I would say Shawshank Redemption or Fight Club. I think those are the best.
Oh, those are good.
Did you boo that?
No, I said ooh.
Oh, okay. It's like, what is happening? Okay.
Aaron, do you have one?
Yes, mine is either Lonesome Dove or True Grit.
That's a good one.
See, I always come back to that. I want to see Confederacy of the Dunces made into a movie, and I keep it used to be John Goodman, then it was the guy from Step Brothers.
Yeah, hasn't it been like
Chris Farley? It's been The Curse, right?
It has. So now I'm to what's his face from Hangover. I'm gonna be really great at names, you guys.
I would rate it 8 out of 10, just right out the gate.
With Zach Galifianakis.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
That's who I would pick.
Okay, so is there a book that you want to see, Knox? Jamie's told hers.
Oh, let me come back to that. Can I come back to it?
I don't know, maybe.
Which means he's not going to come back to it.
Yeah,
I know how this works.
Classic stalling. That's pro tip stalling tactic.
Okay, cool. We'll just that's just an example, and we'll just move on. Melissa Warburton wants to know. I don't know if she's related to Patrick. I hope so. That'd be exciting.
Oh, that'd be nice.
What is the origin of Knox's New England Patriots fandom?
Great question. I'm glad you brought that up in light of their massive success. Third straight Super Bowl for Tom Brady. Maybe the greatest human of all time next to Jesus.
gosh.
It's Jesus and Tom. It's not close, but they're you know, I probably regret going into this like that. I went really hot, so I'm sorry.
Wow.
I played for the Boston Red Sox when I was a 7-year-old child. And
the Boston Red Sox.
I did. Yes, Jamie, that's correct. The professional Boston Red Sox.
League.
Nope,
Just
straight to the pros.
Straight to the pros.
That's right.
It's like Doogie Howser for balls.
Was that a Dookie Howser I heard? Was that a
I'm sorry. Jamie just said Doogie Howser for balls.
Sorry, Doogie Howser for baseballs.
This is already wild. I don't know.
I'm so sorry, you guys.
Doogie Howser for balls. Put it on the next Popcast t-shirt.
Did you name your local team the Boston Red Sox?
No, like you play in a rec league, and you get a team, and I got the Red Sox. So I was like, I'm a Boston fan for life now. So yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's interesting. Okay, Nikki, hi from Melbourne, Australia. With Veep returning, how do you think Jonah Ryan's campaign for presidency in 2020 will go? Also, did you try the Tim Tam Slam with the biscuits I sent?
I think she really just wanted to get the Tim Tam Slam question.
Nikki, look what I'm eating.
Did we do it? We did it. These are our Tim Tam Slams.
Did we not ever post the video of that?
We never did. It's on me. I forgot to post the video after we took it.
It's okay.
So I'm going to send you, Nikki. I'm going to post the video. Do not fret. I'm going to post the video now that I've remembered to do it.
I think we were all pretty dubious about the Tim Tam Slam, and then Aaron went in with gusto.
I went in. She loved it.
I loved it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did love it. I would say, here's my theory. Jonah Ryan needs to win because he's the outsider's insider, and he needs to win and make Selena his VP.
I like that. That's a good theory.
Smart.
Right? I would love that. That's a perfect way to end the season where she's right back where she started.
I love it. Okay, Trisha Weldy, can you guys write off your Hulu, Netflix, HBO, etc. subscriptions as a business expense and you have to watch shows for your job?
Yes.
Jamie, can you write off our Hulu subscription?
You can write. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I hope you can because I did. So.
I hope you can because I've done it for like 5 years.
Right.
So yes.
Trisha also wants to know how it feels for me to finally have the swipe up, but we can ask Knox this question now.
That's right. Knox got it too.
I did.
And the Bible binge.
Listen,
and the Bible binge.
I tried to use a swipe up earlier today when I should have been editing, and I don't think I did it right. And I was like, "What are you doing? Come on. You gotta practice this first. Read an article before you try this." So I panicked. I panicked and deleted. I was like, "I'll set aside a weekend."
So you still have not done your first swipe up?
I might be waiting for a particular thing that's coming out that one of us might have written.
Oh, that's so nice. Wow, the first one. That's nice.
Aaron, would you like to theorize on what that is? Should you talk about that?
Oh, I mean, I can.
You should.
Yeah, you should talk about it.
So if you're subscribed to my newsletter, you know that I wrote a Lent devotional and a Lent guide, and I'm releasing it out into the public later this week. And that's happening.
I really enjoy watching you try to market yourself because it makes me feel better about me marketing myself.
You guys are the worst. If you don't love your stuff, why would other people love your stuff?
I do love it.
It is really great.
We can love it, but not know how to talk about it. That's a fair thing. Yeah,
that's
but
fair.
It's legitimately great. Jamie and I have both read it. It's obviously incredible.
Oh my gosh. She delivers. I've been in some Lent guides, including one previously written by Aaron that did not deliver like this one did.
No, I was like, is this just like a PDF? Okay, well, that's cool. And it's like, there's so many other bells and whistles here. It's like how to rearrange your heart in your living room and your worldview. It's really great.
I printed it at the office and the guy was like, how many pages is this? And I'm like, I think it's 60. And he was like, okay, I'll come back later.
It's long. It's
good. That's good.
That's nice. Thank you. Okay, we can stop talking about this now. Jessica Crawford. Hi, Jamie, Knox, and Aaron. What's something that you feel like you should hate / profess to hate, but actually love? And what's something everyone loves that you actually hate? Also, could you please post the interview y'all did with your moms for newbie listeners like me?
Okay, so first, the interviews with our moms is episode 141, and you can actually listen to it. It's still in the feed. You can find it in wherever you listen to podcasts. Just you got to scroll a hot minute, but it's there. I like to call these secret shames, like the Taco Bell of pop culture, right?
Yeah.
Although I have no shame about Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is delicious.
Oh my God, it's so good. I think one of mine is pop music. Like, I feel like sometimes people are like, you shouldn't love Ariana Grande or Selena Gomez or Demi or Dua Lipa or whoever. Like, I love all of them. I love Halsey. I love pop music so much. And I feel like some people are like, that's okay. Well, that's rudimentary. I'm like, no, I love it.
If you had to vote for one of those pop stars you just mentioned to be like a world leader, who would you trust the most? And it can't be Demi Lovato because that's a terrible answer.
Not Demi, not Selena.
Is it Halsey?
It's Halsey. Yeah. I hate that. You don't think it's
Aaron
Halsey?
dissents. Aaron
Maybe
dissents.
Dua Lipa? Maybe Dua Lipa?
I don't know anything about Dua Lipa. I don't know anything about her.
She counts a lot in her songs.
Her name in my head, Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa.
Now I'm glad to know that it's Lipa.
She does do math in her songs because she counts. So
Listen,
maybe that.
This is like when I found out that Bon Iver was Bon Iver. Like, what are y'all talking about? Who's this man? Oh, right, of course. Yeah.
Bon Iver.
What's something you Yeah.
I love zombie movies. I love zombie movies. Even if they're on the Sci-Fi Network, I'm gonna watch them. I like teen soaps. I don't know why. Like the OC. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. This is a trust tree. This was a safe space. I just finished the Netflix, like the Lifetime show that's on Netflix.
We keep debating whether we're going to greenlight it or not because we're
that's exactly right, because it feels like a teen soap. I know they're supposed to be like 20-year-old or whatever, but they act like teens, and I really like it.
I think Penn Badgley is 40.
Penn Badgley is so small. He's turned into like Frodo of.
He's very live.
World. He is in an uncomfortable way. I don't like it. Mm-hmm.
Hey, I do want to mention the thing that everybody else loves that I hate, and that's the Food Network. I feel it's misleading. I just want to eat it. I don't want to make it. Like I want to watch the Restaurant Network.
This makes sense when we understood more fully your palate. We feathered out the reality of your palate recently.
That's true.
We went to Nashville, and it begins and ends with nuggets, chicken nuggets. So.
No, tenders. She wants the tenders.
Tenders or nuggets, Jamie. Bullet to your head.
I just don't want weird things that are crunchy.
Okay.
That when you're expecting them not to be crunchy.
No Dookie Howsers in my chicken, please. Thank you.
No Dookie Howsers from balls in my chicken.
I think I passed away at Dookie Howser. I don't think I'm living anymore, honestly.
Knox, what's the thing that you love that everyone else hates? No, hate that everyone else loves.
It's Taco Bell, I think. It's Taco Bell.
I don't think people hate Taco Bell.
I don't think
people really love it.
No, I hate it. Everybody loves it. Yeah. Did I do that right?
That's what I'm saying. That's not fair. It's so delicious. How can you not love it?
The commercials make you think it's viable, but it is roadkill meat. It is roadkill meat up in there.
It is actually. I read a thing because there's like grade A meat that like they are working in grade F meat.
They're in the G's. Don't be denied. It's true.
Yeah.
That's tough. Okay. Crystal Stanner, which celebrity will you always defend no matter how bad of a project they do?
Listen, Jennifer Garner was good in Peppermint. I mean, the movie's not good, but she's good in it. It is. She's mine. That's who I would defend to the death.
I mean, I think mine's obviously Shia LaBeouf. I'm trying to think of a different one. I think I really like Sean William Scott. Does that count?
Wow. What has he been in recently?
He's not in a lot of stuff, and I see him in a lot of those like bottom of the blog post articles. It's like, here's the real reason Sean William Scott isn't cast anymore. I never read it, but I imagine like it's something really cool, really profound.
Yeah, really profound, probably. Yeah. Okay, Natalie, please share all thoughts on the Fire Doc showdown between Hulu and Netflix. Who came out the winner, and best, most shocking moments from the documentaries.
Okay, so we will discuss this tomorrow.
That's right.
Our episode. But I'll just say the gentleman who recounted the story of him being approached to sexually proposition a customs agent of the Bahamian nation that will forever and always be a hero.
It was such a beautiful piece of tape in a documentary. I was not expecting it.
The best comedy is like subversion and being unexpected. And that was like the most essential comedic item in my life because I didn't see that coming.
And that's
in a million years I never saw that.
Yeah, and that's in the Netflix documentary, not in the Hulu. Yeah,
that's right.
It's crazy.
Okay, Christina Dudley. Now that Tim Tebow and Chris Pratt and Justin Bieber, I guess, but it feels icky to lump him in with the other two, are off the market, who is the most eligible bachelor of the Christian community? Is it John B. Christ? Please give me another option.
See, I would.
Is it Jamie? Is it Jamie? Should we get an update on Jamie? Is she seeing anybody right now?
We'll get to that question.
We'll get to that question later.
I would pick Trey Kennedy. Like really recently, John B. Christ and Trey Kennedy did a thing together, and I was like, well, Trey Kennedy's cuter than John B. Christ.
Oh,
Right?
the phone thing? With
Yeah. The
Yeah,
disciples.
I don't know who
Wouldn't
Trey
it-
Kennedy is.
Trey Kennedy. Trey. He has
Dre.
many more followers than John P. Chris too. So I was like, well, why aren't we talking about him as much as we talk about John P. Chris?
What's he
This
do?
seems
What's his
silly.
thing? What's he about?
He's literally John P. Chris. That's
Just
what he
another
does.
one of those guys.
Is he
Do you
better
know
or
that
worse?
Elijah Wood is a Christian?
Well, then I would not put him at the top of this list
I don't know, guys.
if he's single. I did read that Leonardo DiCaprio goes to Bel Air Presbyterian. Does that count?
A
think it
church?
Mm.
What?
Yeah.
This got out of control really quickly.
I'm just saying, if he does, and going to church does not make you a Christian,
Mm,
but it does make you adjacent to Christianity. And so if you're going to make me pick between John P. Christ or Leonardo DiCaprio, I'm going to go out on faith with Leo.
we do need to have, if you're not a Christian, you need to earmuff him for a second because we need to have that conversation about like, you got the Christian adjace, like Justin Bieber, Leonardo DiCaprio at Bel Air Prez or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you got the like true believers that count or whatever. It's not right, but it's the reality of the situation. It's how people observe that.
Can someone who did a scene where he's snorting cocaine off of the derriere of a model really
How
take up that? No, I'm just asking, like,
dare
take
you
up that
question
Answer the question.
political
Jake. Ask the
salvation.
question.
I'm just-
Let her
I'm just
talk.
like, I am for grace. Like, I'm
Mhm.
about grace, but I'm saying, like, is
But
that
you're
possible?
Anglican, you're the other end of it. Like you're
Aaron,
definitely you're close.
Leo
You're
didn't snort that coke. The character did.
The character
Jordan
did.
Belfort did. Okay.
What's
That's
the
right.
over under that Leo has actually done that though?
You didn't ask the question correctly.
I
so
know I
cannot
didn't.
answer that question.
Jamie, don't you act like you know how to do
I
it.
know now. I know how to
Jamie,
do it.
Care to steal the over under?
What is the over under that he's done that actual thing one time?
Okay, it's way over. That's a terrible over under, but you did execute it correctly. So Jamie takes it. Jamie wins.
Dang it. Jeez. Okay. I nominate Lacey Chabert for The
Ooh.
Bachelorette
Oh.
of Christian.
As
She
Lacey
was-
I like
Chabert
that.
or as Gretchen Wieners? I'd more watch it as Gretchen Wieners.
as her character in Christian Mingle.
Oh, that is a good one. That movie's so bad.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. Okay, Kelsey Owens. In the last 9 months, I've listened to everything available in both the regular and Patreon supporters feed on the Apple Podcast app. The regular feed only goes back as far as episode 100. Is that the first episode, like TV episode numbering, or are there 99 more episodes I haven't listened to yet? Where do I find them? I'm having withdrawals already.
No, yeah. That's the first episode. Don't worry about it. That's it. That's totally it. Don't ever think more about that.
Okay, so to get to the next question from Noelle,
Yes,
right?
on a similar note, do you ever go back and revisit topics from those first 99? I feel like some of those segments from the older episodes could be full episode topics now.
Okay, so I went back. We do have 99 episodes that we did take off the feed because it was a different time in the life of the podcast. And so here's the fun thing. I went back to my notes. I still have all my notes from those episodes. And I went back and like quickly looked this afternoon at about 50 of them. I just want to read you some of the topics. Some of them I think we could absolutely revisit, Noelle. We had Secret Shames, which is kind of what we talked about earlier with Taco Bell. We had Books on Film, which was an episode that I did with Aaron of the podcast.
So random.
Which Aaron has no memory of. We did celebrity redundancies. We did songs of the summer, fairy tale movies. We did a whole episode on Adam Sandler.
I stand by it. I stand by it.
And here's my favorite. We did an episode called World War Ryan. Who do you think are the two Ryans?
I
we
don't believe
set
this.
up?
I do not
It's
believe
100%
this.
true. We even got comments from the listeners. Who do you think are the two Ryans that were going up against each other?
Ryan Gosling, Paul Ryan.
Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Gosling.
It was Ryan Cabrera and Ryan Adams.
I feel like you're bluffing. You're
I'm not.
bluffing.
I am not making that up.
This is not real.
But here's the genius of it. That sounds like an idea I would be all about. But I
don't think
just don't. There's not enough Ryans. What are you saying? That's crazy.
No, those are the only two we discussed the entire episode, and we had listeners' feedback on which is the better Ryan.
How
Yes.
many listeners' feedback?
I think
12.
it was 3, and I think some of them are actually still supporters on Patreon. So thank you for that.
That's nice. That's nice of them. Okay.
Yeah, but mainly those 99 episodes have music that is what some people think is illegal. So we did remove those.
We now use royalty-free music.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Okay, Kelsey also wants to know, Jamie, do you go back and listen to each episode after Knox edits to see how it came out, what made it in, what got cut out, etc.? Knox, how long is a typical recording before editing?
Jamie, you want to go first?
So I used to, because I used to do show notes, and so I would listen to every episode. And I started show notes like at episode like 150. Like I didn't do show notes for the first 150. So
you really want to prove a concept first. Really want.
I didn't do show notes for the first 50 episodes technically because that's what's out there. But so I did listen, and then when we hired Randy with an I as our assistant, she started doing show notes, and so I don't listen just because I really do trust the edit. I know he's going to do a great job on the edit. So there's not usually, but I did joke today because Randy's on maternity leave. I joked today that I was like, "Oh, you cut this segment," and he was like, "It was to protect you. It was to protect you." And I was like, "Okay, you're right. You're probably right."
Knox, what's the typical recording before editing?
So usually we're at like 75 to 90 minutes, and the goal is to cut it to like hopefully around 60, preferably under 60. But sometimes like we can go up to 65. So yeah, like this week's episode, we had like 90 hard minutes. It was difficult to choose what we talked about Gillette, that whole commercial.
I know.
And it was like, I don't know. It just didn't. It was like, do people care, or would they rather hear us talking about how big Jessica Simpson is? I feel like it's Jessica Simpson.
Y'all, she's big as a house.
Yep.
She's big as a house.
So puffy.
I found the perfect picture for the episode graphic tomorrow. It was so good. Thank you, Shutterstock.
Okay, Cindy Fisher, I'm so glad you capped The Bachelor because every single time I turn it off after 15 minutes. Do you need a palate cleanser after watching?
Oh, I do. I watched one drunk history.
Oh, I like
smart.
that.
Yeah.
I got YouTube TV so that I could watch it on Monday nights because I've never watched it on Monday nights except for like premieres and finales. But I still get up at 6 a.m. to watch it because I just don't want to watch it on Monday night. So now my palate cleanser is to talk about it because I like watch it at 6 a.m. and then we record in the morning. And so then my palate cleanser is to almost not work the rest.
That's good because you're done with it. Like you never have to think about it again.
That's true. It doesn't carry on into 2 calendar days. It's just 1 calendar day.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, Cody Hasselbring. Hey guys, love the show. Been listening every day since I discovered it, and it's basically crack for my Enneagram 7 brain. Quick question. Do you all have any movies or movie franchises you think would be improved as miniseries? My example that I'll preach until I die is The Dark Tower. This movie would have been so much better as an 8 to 10 episode miniseries on HBO. Just saying. It was supposed to be a miniseries at one point.
That's right. I forgot that it was supposed to be that.
It would have been, you're right, Cody.
It would have been good.
It would have been so great.
Yeah, Cody,
Dark
that's
Tower.
And that's
so
a great
much.
question.
I pick, for me, and it's because I wanted these movies to be so good and they're not, but I do love Chris Hemsworth in them. And it's the Huntsman series. I think that would have made a better TV series than a movie.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Like, wouldn't that have been great to just see like even the first one, but even particularly, I think the second one. And I would want all of them to be in it. Like Emily Blunt.
I don't know if you want to get into like the mechanics of how the Huntsman universe works. You know what I mean?
Do you think I also thought of Inception? Do you think I would understand Inception better? And I've probably watched Inception 20 times minimum. But every time I'm like, I still don't understand how these 3 levels work.
I don't at all. I don't at all.
But maybe if it was a TV show, maybe I would understand it better.
I always just think, is Tom Hardy into Joseph Gordon-Levitt? That's where I keep coming back to.
Oh, 100%.
Is he?
Who's not into Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt too. He's a good-looking dude.
He is also lithe, but attractive.
He's lithe in a way that suits him, whereas Penn Badgley, it does not suit you. You look like a shoemaker.
His head's too big. Penn Badgley's head's too big.
Yeah. I would say I would like World War Z. I think that would be a good
that's a good one.
TV series. Suicide Squad. I think that would have been a better TV series.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't love it.
I don't know that I could have stood any more of Suicide Squad. I didn't even enjoy the part I watched.
What part?
The darkness.
Okay.
And
so someone who watches really incredibly dark documentaries all the time.
Right.
No, but at least I know they're over. Like this will continue into a franchise and we'll have to see Margot Robbie in her own film.
You're not wrong.
Like that.
Kara Brushti. No, Brucci.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You know, Kara. Has the Popcast Media Group been able to see more than just the boy's foot via text message? Have we determined his Enneagram number yet? What are his thoughts about the podcast? So many questions for Jamie to avoid. That's great.
Great
question, Kara. Wow.
Great question, Kara.
So great. Why are you talking? This isn't about you. This is about Aaron.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I'll give my best answer here is when we were coming back from Nashville, Jamie stepped outside of her car that we were driving to pump gas. And her phone was still on like the central dash.
She doesn't know this.
No, I ended up telling her. I told Aaron was in the front seat. And I said, Aaron, like scroll down on the dashboard because we know the only clue we have is that he has a very distinct name. Yeah. And I said, if you'll scroll down just one little finger swipe, little baby swipe, I bet we'll see it. I bet it'll be like, what did I say? Troy LaCroix. Troy LaCroix, and we'll know it. But Aaron got too nervous. She got too
Aaron
scared.
was a good friend.
No, I think she got nervous. I got nervous.
I don't want to get fired. I just quit my job for you guys. I don't want to get fired.
But those were great questions, Kara. Hey, Rose.
All right, Rosie, as per usual, won't be live due to This Is Us, obviously. Right. I think I am challenged. Can we get a normal size chart for the podcast shop? All I get is measurements, and I just want normal size comparisons. If T Republic can't do that, can y'all give your assessments?
Listen, I don't know, Rosie, if you have, like, here's what I do love about TeePublic, not just because we're with them, but one of the things TeePublic does is if you scroll on the size chart, it has obviously measurements, but when you scroll, it then has 7 different women who it gives their names, tells you their height and their measurements, and has pictures of them in all the different shirt sizes. So there's like a girl named Lisa who's 5'5", who has a 40 bust, who's in a small t-shirt, and it's like, she does not look good in it, but I love, it's like so encouraging because I'm like, oh yeah, no, I look like Alyssa. So that helps me see what size I should get. Yeah. It's very helpful.
I think it shrinks a little bit. I think the sweatshirts are narrow. They're more narrow. I agree
with the sweatshirt issue.
So just size it up.
Oh yes, they are narrow because
they don't accommodate a muffin top.
I know my Cheez-Its don't fit in my Bible Binge Seminary sweatshirt.
It's very frustrating.
I got a Spanx, a sweatshirt, and that's just not what I want to do.
Come on.
No. Okay, Casey Gregory. Knox, which DNA test did you take that showed which celebrities you matched to? Or did I just have a really strange dream where you announced you were related to Demi Lovato?
No, Casey, that was real, and that was Ancestry.com. It's the app We're Related. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And let me go ahead. You guys keep going, and I'll just rattle off some.
Jamie, do you know your DNA results?
No.
Oh.
Really? Is that a conscious choice?
I think if you listen to a true crime podcast, you find out there's a serial killer in your family, and then they come and ask you to help them find them. And I'm not ready to do that. That's what I've learned from listening to Bear Brook. So I'm not doing that.
So let me just hit you really fast. I've got a rundown, and here's what they do. You fill in as many people as you can on this app. It's called We're Related. You fill in as many people as they do, and then they find common ancestors where like eventually you link up. So there's a little bit of arbitrage going on, but I've got GW. I've got Blake Lively, similar class of people. I've got Zachary Taylor, Helen Keller, human crouton Blake Shelton. Are you jealous yet? Mark Twain, Elvis Presley,
very white.
Thoreau, Thomas.
There is no way you're related to all those people.
It's like your 9th cousin.
That's Shailene, son. That's Big Little Lies. Don't be jealous.
Adrian Hull did just ask in the chat if you were the real Poot.
No comment next.
No comment next.
I'm honored to receive that question. Thank you.
Okay, Rebecca Payne. I'm loving all the Hamilton references and the dinging for every lyric quote. Do y'all listen to the Hamil drops, and which Hamil drop is your favorite?
I have not. I've been saving them for an exercise thing I'm taking on, so I'm going to listen to all of them as I exercise.
Okay, I'm sorry. What is the exercise thing that you're taking on?
It's a private thing between me and the thing that I bought to exercise on, Jamie. So please respect my privacy.
Did you get a Peloton?
I did not. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? That's my dream to get a Peloton, like a free Peloton, because they sponsor us. I just don't think we have the demo for Pelotons.
Fair enough. That's an insult to all of y'all.
No, but it's real. It's real. It's why we got Third Love and Candid Co. We don't have Peloton.
We got mattresses and bras. Okay.
Mattresses and bras. Jamie, do you have a favorite?
Yes, my favorite Hamil drop is Found Tonight. which is
God.
Lin-Manuel Miranda and Ben Platt. I love that one so much. I also love the Sarah Bareilles Theodosia Reprise. I love that one too.
A reprise. Is that how you want to say that?
Yes.
Go
on.
I stand by it.
It goes. It works.
I looked at it. I went, no, it's reprise. It's not reprise, is it?
Yes.
No, it's not, Jamie. Never change.
Listen, in the chat, put whether it's reprise or reprise.
Who is Sebastian? Who is Ariel's lobster friend? I ruined it. Damn it.
Sebastian, I know the answer now.
Okay. Aaron Ward, I finally got HBO and can join the world of Game of Thrones. I've been binging and just started season 3. What season or storyline do you guys like best?
Ooh, this is such a good question.
It is a good question.
Can Jamie remember any of the storylines?
Listen, I couldn't, but I started season 1 2 weeks ago. Because I'm now because I'm confident I cannot remember everything that's happened and I want to fully enjoy the last season. So I started season 1 and I was like, the season was so good because it was like Arya was tiny, but still rebellious. And you had Joffrey who was still arrogant, but not like a murderer. And I had loved Robb Stark. I forgot how much I loved Robb and Ned. Like I was like, Ned, you're so great.
That's such a spare time flex that you just leveled on all of us. You're just
it really is.
I'm going to go back and rewatch the whole thing.
I saw a tweet that said, you guys, I don't have any time for anybody, but I do have time to watch these 2 documentaries about the same thing. And I was like, that's totally my life.
I think my favorite, I think it's anything with Littlefinger. I love Littlefinger. He's my favorite because he's strangely compelling. I like anything with Robert Baratheon. Gods, I was strong.
Gods, I was strong then.
What about you, Aaron? What is your favorite?
Oh, Tyrion is my favorite.
Tyrion.
Aww. And any storyline involving Jon Snow's butt.
Hello.
Like
recently edited out of an episode.
That was another edit. That was like, I don't know, Jamie, you go hard for Jon Snow's butt, and I just don't think you're gonna love that. I don't think you're gonna love it.
That was edited out of a recent episode, y'all. Me just saying, because you asked me like what part of what body part for men, like, do you find attractive? I was like, I like Jon Snow's butt.
No, it was so much more specific than that. It was like, it's particularly the cellulite on the left cheek.
No,
I just could build a world on that. And I was like, I just feel like that's strangely specific.
I can really build a life around it. Okay. Kelly McGuffey. Have we talked about Schitt's Creek and how fantastic it is?
You love Schitt's Creek, right?
Well,
Aaron?
Listen, because I got shamed by Knox for liking Schitt's Creek because I've only seen the first season. And then I got into the second season and it's true. It's not good in the second season.
Okay, well, see, I'm here and I'm like, enough people have said that I trust have said they liked it. So I'm thinking, should I go back and watch the first season? Should I do that?
Oh, yeah. The first season is great. Then I say you skip season 2 and probably half of 3 because I just finished up season 4, in between watching Game of Thrones again.
You didn't watch a show you don't even like.
You watched both fire documentaries. You're rewatching Game of Thrones and you're watching Schitt's Creek again. That's
no, but like season 4, I will say if y'all are watching Schitt's Creek, the open mic episode is just so good. So it makes me want to watch season 5 to see if like they can keep up but season 2 was. I quit. And then later I was like, well, maybe it gets better. And it became a mindless thing I watched, like a palate cleanser. And now I'm like, oh, season 4 is better.
I really love Dan Levy.
God.
Yeah, I really don't like Eugene
David. I love David.
Oh, he's so pretty.
He's so attractive.
So pretty. Okay. Allison Harrell. I'm a super fan of the podcast and each of you individually, and I'm also on a church staff. So I have a church creativity question. I know Knox and Jamie go to Sexy Church and Aaron is of the Anglican persuasion. Would love your thoughts on the intersection of creativity in the church. Now that rock band and skits and full-on production value is no longer a revolutionary thing in the church world, what is the most effective use of creativity in the church as a way of connecting to culture? Any examples where it's being done well, not so well? Please advise.
This is like my favorite question ever. I think this is so interesting. I think for me, when the emphasis is on not just like appropriating culture and not like in the traditional sense of appropriating culture of just like taking Abercrombie and Fitch and making it like a Christian saying. Yeah, like that doesn't count. That's bad. Don't do that. You should actively not do that. I think it's when you take inspiration from something in culture and you try to make also something great. I think greatness, try to make something great, try to do a great job. And I think that will always carry. I think, going to Church of the Highlands, really like one of the most emotional experiences I've had at church in a long time is their going to the movie series of like, they take a movie and they don't do a referendum on the movie. They just say, here's a scene. This was great. Here's how you can apply this to church. And I think that's so beautiful because it's not like, well, I don't know. They say the S word in this, so we can't talk about that. I don't think that's how it works. I think you can always take something beautiful from something flawed and find like a spiritual truth in that. So I think make the focus be just do something as good and as great as you can possibly do and not just try to make it mediocre, but it said God and there was an invitation. So I'm sure it'll be fine. Like that's not good enough.
A word.
No, that's a great answer. Yeah, that's a great answer.
Hey, I want to point this out that even before I knew Jamie Ivey was going to be here, I wrote down Austin Stone because I think that the people at Austin Stone do incredible creative work, and I love everything they do. It's so fascinating to watch them really put out creative content that encourages spiritual growth for people who don't connect with a 45-minute sermon, people who don't connect with an hour of musical worship. It's a totally different part of your brain, totally different way of learning, and I really think that they do great work.
That's so awesome. Good.
I love it.
Not to butt kiss Jamie.
A little butt kissing. That's
little butt kiss, but it was a pre-butt kiss.
Little booty smooch. Little booty smooch.
Little booty smooch.
Okay.
Jamie, what about you?
No, I love those answers. I think anytime you can take something and creatively make it accessible to people and not in a way that like dumbs it down, but just says, hey, let's take this really, what can be a very difficult book, the Bible. Let's take what can be very difficult and make it really easy to understand. It's why, and not to say that that's what we're doing, but I like that that's what we do as a team on the Bible Binge is going, how do we make this that can be really complicated, even for us who've been in the Bible for a long time? How can we make this something that's accessible for people and not in a condemnation way, but in a, let's just learn about this. Let's understand this better together. I think that's a great way to use creativity and not feel like because we were nervous about all the things that we shouldn't have been nervous about because we were so afraid that people are going to be mad that we cast this person, because that person might've been in a movie where they said the S word. And it's like, no, that's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying to make this visually more compelling. And I think now we're not nervous about that, which I really am glad that we moved past and didn't stay worried about that.
Hannah Meyer, this is a question from my Bachelor watching / recap listening crew. What do you think is the most common Enneagram type among Bachelor contestants? Least common.
Oh, that's such a good question. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Great. And we know the answer, right? As a team, we do know what the number is.
Jamie, you're the Enneagram expert. I think you just run.
Oh my gosh. Can we all, everybody watching, can we all say together? It's the number 3.
That's what my gut was 3.
What? There's no way it's not a 3.
Can we like really work through this? Because I'm really interested in this. It feels like, is it a thinking triad show or a feeling triad show?
Oh, it's a feeling. Like, I feel like this is what I should do. I'm going to go be on the show and I'm going to achieve something and I'm going to make something happen. And I might have to lie a little to do it. Like, I might have to lie to my boss. I might have to, because I'm going to go be on the show. I might lie to people about my reasons for being on the show, but I'm going to go on the show and kill it. I'm going to become a superstar on the internet. I'm going to fall in love. Whatever the thing is, I'm going to achieve it.
Who do you think is the most suited to win the competition?
Shook. I am shook.
I know you're shook because you are a 3, but I think 3s are still I think 3s are ideal to win it. Like, to go the furthest. I think the ones who struggle are numbers like 1s who can't control and who can't order it and things. They're the ones who go, you don't understand. They're not here for the right reasons.
Yeah. No, I think because I was thinking about my wife, Ashley. I thought she's a 4. I think the disingenuousness of other contestants, that's probably a huge problem if you're a 4 on that. And then like for me as a 5, the whole social aspect is probably a big deal, but I think one-on-one, it could be really good. But I think what is the sin of 3s? He said, he asked knowing the answer. I think that's perfect for the show. That's perfect for the show.
It is. And do I think Demi from this season of The Bachelor is a 7. Yes, of course she's a 7. Like, and you're not supposed to guess people's numbers because you don't know their motivations. But if you went strictly by that, I'm like, she's there for a good time. If I was there, it would be, I want to go on the dates. Don't leave me behind. This is sad. I got to go home. You know, like if I wasn't getting to do all the things. But I want to read something from Queen Enia, who is on Twitter. This is what she said about Colton. Colton is a 3. Very concerned with image, an upward mobility dater. Greatest fear is what everyone has to say about him. On Paradise, he laid it all out when the producers made him verbally process, and it was pretty cringy. He talked about how he always does what people want him to and doesn't know what he actually wants. Send this B to counseling, not an expensive network franchise.
Listen, he's a former professional athlete. He's established a charity that helps people.
Yeah.
He's not a bad guy. Like we talked about on the show.
He's not a bad guy.
He's a good dude.
Poor Aaron.
This
is not a personal attack.
Let me put you on the spot, Jamie. What do you think Sean Lowe is?
Oh, gosh. He feels like not a feeler. So I would put him in the gut triad. He feels like a 9 because I felt like he had to say. Oh, good. Yeah. I would put him as a 9, like somebody who doesn't want the conflict, but like a really healthy 9 who's like, I'm not going to retreat from this, but I'm also like, I'm not here for drama. And I'm going to redirect this so that it's not that way.
Sure.
Okay, Bess Terrell. This may have been answered previously, but any chance of the Bible Bench Sunday School with Aaron coming back? I loved that.
Aaron?
Great question.
That's a great question for Aaron.
I did not know that people loved it, Bess. So listen, I'm glad to know that.
Yeah.
It's great. Did we ever tell Aaron our new idea for the Bible Bench?
No, I don't think we
exciting.
No.
Because we almost threw it to you when you were in Texas, but we were like, she's in Texas. She'll obsess about this if we don't talk, if we say it. So you'll just have to obsess for like the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're not going to say it now. Okay, cool.
No, we're not going to say it now.
In front of everybody. Okay, maybe Bess. I don't know. We'll see. Joe McCormick, are y'all going to do another deep dive of a TV series like you did with Gilmore Girls and Friday Night Lights? I was thinking a J.J. Abrams early series like Felicity. Also, we need another Misheard Lyrics or a deep dive of a celebrity.
Oh, I love a Misheard Lyrics. Well, definitely. Yeah. Listen, I'll tell you my misheard lyric from recently. What's the song? If I Die Young, it's a country song, and I always thought it was If I Die Young, Bury Me Inside, and then I figured out it was Bury Me in Satin. Bury Me in Satin.
Oh, the Perry song.
Yeah. What the band Perry?
The band Perry. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fine.
Bury Me Inside. You know, I like Misheard Lyrics. I think it's harder for us to do a TV show like we did then because we did those often in the fall when we weren't doing The Bachelor. So probably we won't be able to do something like that probably in the near future because of having The Bachelor and Bachelorette. But I do love we love Misheard Lyrics. And Misheard Lyrics we can only do on Patreon.
That's right.
Because of a variety of legal issues.
Yes.
Legal. Okay, Megan Bach. I think this was mentioned in a previous AUA, but are there any plans for a podcast Goodreads? I'd love a way to keep up with Greenlight books.
I'm boycotting Goodreads because someone gave my book a 4-star rating because I didn't call Matthew Stafford. I called Matthew Stafford Matt Stafford, and my rationale was be a good quarterback, and I'll call him by the appropriate name. But so I'm off Goodreads forever because of that.
Burn it down.
I like Goodreads. Like I use Goodreads a lot. But what I have found is that I found that Goodreads reviewers, I really always, if there's a review that I'm like, should I trust this? And I click through and I go, no, you're a crazy person. Like there's a lot of crazy people on Goodreads.
There's a Gollum vibe with those reviews. Very precious.
Some of them, the people who are writing a review every day and a half, I'm always like, what are you doing in other areas of your life? But I do love the idea of
you can
podcast.
read books if you're not watching Game of Thrones again and all the documentaries. I don't know.
That's true. I want us to have a Goodreads though. I do think it's an excellent suggestion and it would be like a good incentive for us to have there. But right now you can go to knoxandjamie.com/books and you can see all of our Greenlight books.
Is the Gilmore Girls deep dive still on Patreon or did we take it
off? Until January 31st.
Oh, it is until January 31st. It's in the Patreon.
It is in the Patreon.
Okay.
Which you might have just gotten dumped into your podcatcher thanks to Patreon.
Thanks to Patreon.
That's Patreon, guys. It's not us.
So sorry. Okay, we've got 15 minutes left, and we've got a lot of questions left, so
Let's do it. Let's knock it out.
Let's go. I love it.
Keller, most important, where and when are the podcast live shows going to be this year? I had to cancel last minute in 2018, and I need to know for planning purposes, so please spill the tea. We can't. Yeah,
no comment. Next.
We will soon, though.
Soon.
You'll be the first to know.
You'll be the first to know. Yeah, for sure.
Joy Allen, what do y'all do to relax and reset? The rest of the population watches movies, reads books, or binges Netflix. Since that's kind of work for you, how do you relax? Can you relax while being entertained?
I can't. I think that's why I have a sleeping disorder. Next.
Thoughts on the rumors of Brad Pitt and Charlize Theron together?
In tomorrow's episode.
First of all, it's Charlize Theron.
Whatever.
Charlize Theron.
Oh, Jamie's a Theron trooper now. She's
I was about to say, weren't you?
I learned in tomorrow's episode.
Theron. Okay. I want to hear about Knox's love affair with Hamilton. Why has it started so late after it came out? Did it start when he saw it in Chicago? Did he have many expectations about it and then it blew him away? Let's be real. It blows us all away.
It blows us all away. Yes, it did start after Chicago. I didn't know. I was just ignorant. I was silly. I was a immature person then, but now I'm better and I'm mature. I've infected my kids with love for Hamilton. Saw it in Chicago. I thought it was the greatest thing ever. Saw it again in Chicago this December with Ashley. Went back for my birthday. It's just incredible. I love it. It's so great. But yeah, I was just late to the party, but now I'm making up for it with enthusiasm.
As you should. Rosalie Piper, maybe y'all answered this already, but what are your New Year's resolutions?
I downloaded the Break the Chain app because I read that dumb book Atomic Habits, which is so good. Stupid book. And so I'm trying to do the Break the Chain where you it's that Jerry Seinfeld concept where a comic asked him how to be a good stand-up. And he was like, every day write a joke. And every day that you write a joke, mark an X on the calendar. And then once you've done it for 30 days, you have a stand-up routine. And so it's supposed to be one of those things where it helps your habits. Like if you mark every day that you did it. I've not done anything for 22 days, but
this is a great story. I love this anecdote. Because that was my follow-up. But I love it. You can always start tomorrow, right?
That's right.
I'm learning about, I talked about this. I'm learning about Genghis Khan, Mansa Musa, simulation theory, plate tectonics, and the Plantagenets. I think I'm saying that correctly.
Plantagenets.
Plantagenets. Thank you.
I thought that was about the Jets from the West Side Story.
It could be. I don't know, Jamie. Gonna learn about it. I'll let you know.
The Plants and the Jets, rival gangs.
Yep.
Justin Dutrich, Knox. If Daniel Tiger and Peppa Pig got into an MMA fight, who would you put your money on?
Oh, this is a great question. I would say it depends on what kind of tactics. Peppa Pig loves to play in those muddy puddles, so she's going to ground and pound. But if it's a tag team, watch out for Daniel Tiger because Prince Wednesday, he's got a nasty edge to him, and I don't like his style, so watch out. Also, never forget, Daniel Tiger saying, if you're feeling mad and you want to roar, take a deep breath, count to 4. We keep saying that in our household.
Oh, God bless it. Okay, Shelly Head, have you... Oh, never mind. She found it. Good job, Shelly. Way to go.
Good job, Shelly.
Nisha, hey guys, no question tonight. This is my first AUA. I made sure to add the PMG to the budget in 2019.
Boom.
Nisha,
that's
yay!
Good. Next.
Jennifer Heindel, what happened in the Christmas card review? I sent a card.
Listen, you guys, you sent 500 Christmas cards. 500. And so I have them all in a stack. We just felt bad because we read every card, looked at every card, and we felt bad to only do a Christmas card judgment on 3 cards, because then when we didn't do yours, you would be mad and you'd be like, I'm a best friend of the show. I don't understand why you wouldn't do mine. But there were 500.
And you know what? Jamie just said they were all so great. There was no judgment to be had. They were perfect.
No, there was judgment.
No, there wasn't. Kids, they were perfect. They were
some of y'all's kids are ugly.
No, they're not. They're all beautiful.
They got weird names.
Aaron, hurry, please.
Oh my gosh, Kelly Bartmanovich. What Bible commentaries do you use / recommend? I've been emotionally scarred by the writings of 180-year-old dudes who seem to feel all that women are capable of is leading men into temptation and birthing children. Share your wisdom, friends.
I don't know that I have any ones that don't think that. I read Matthew Henry and I really like him. I like David Gudzik, and I try to read a lot of Midrash commentary when we're in the Old Testament. And those, I make my own assumptions. I make my own assumptions about women and their temptation ability.
Yes, you do. Look forward to season 5.
Yes.
I like the Midrash. I use Logos. I finally just bought it because I was like, they're never going to sponsor the show. If you know anyone at Logos, tell them I gave them their money. And
Mm.
so
It's your turn, Logos.
I know. So I love, like, I really just love notes in study Bibles. Like, I like the cultural background study. So I like cultural background notes. And then other than that, it's just really a straight read. Knox does some of the heavier lifting when it comes to commentary work, as does obviously Aaron.
Great. Noelle, how great was the cold open on Brooklyn Nine-Nine with the 80s scene?
Oh, it was dope. It was
so good.
I didn't know what was happening until I knew it was happening. It was really good.
Yeah, no, it was
Rachel
great.
Lynn, can Aaron the Edge join the Bachelor recaps a couple episodes?
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week.
Mhm.
Maybe next
Never know.
week.
Shannon Mullins, have you ever thought about branching out the Popcast Media Group, maybe starting another podcast hosted by like-minded friends to talk about music or more specific topics? You could become the Popcast Media Network. Also, I have to say how much I adore you guys. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Shannon.
That was a beautiful footnote on that. Really great question. I think about that every day of my life. I really do.
He literally does.
Mm-hmm.
Rhiannon, like Shannon, I love learning more about behind the scenes stuff, especially about TV. Do you have any book recommendations or anything for a peek behind the curtain?
Listen, I just read Knox when he went to like a book fair, like right in Tampa. He bought yeah, he brought back a book for Aaron, and then he brought back a book for me that was only the first 3 chapters of the book, which
that's all they gave me. It's a bestseller. It was a good book.
Well, I went and bought the whole book, so I went and got the rest of the chapters.
You want to be on? You want to be real about it? I stole that book. Like some you can take, some they're like, here, you can have it, and some they guard, and they're like, that's the only copy I have. I didn't know that, so I took the only copy they had of that friend's book. And I smuggled it back. I was like a book mule for you. So respect
Thank you. It was I'll Be There For You by Kelsey Miller. It is so very good. If you loved Friends, it is a must read. It was fantastic. It really was fantastic.
The Live from New York book is great.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Anything James Andrew Miller. I will say I follow or I go to a website. It's called Redef Media. Just Google Redef Media oral histories, and they have hundreds of oral histories about just
like Def DEAF.
REDEF. It's Jason Hirschhorn. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. But they're really good. It's a lot of like in the weeds oral histories, but it's really good. It's a really good resource.
Rhiannon also wants to know, do you think the majority of Bachelor viewers watch because they know it's ridiculous, or most of them some kind of true fan that I don't understand?
Has to be ridiculous. Has to be ironic.
I think it has to, but I do think it's more than 30% think it's real.
70-30? You really think so?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, guess. First, happy full-time welcome to Aaron. Since it's fresh on the mind, what would one word be that each of you, what would be one word each of you would use to describe today's Oscar nominations?
I choose the word semi-satisfied.
Yeah. I think that's a good word. Word.
Because I was happy that Black Panther, I mean, that was such a big deal. Y'all, that's such a big deal. And I was secretly, although I don't like normally Lifetime, like we're now going to nominate you for this because of your body of work. But I'm glad that Spike Lee got nominated for Best Director. Although I do feel like he took the place of Bradley Cooper, who that was why I was not fully satisfied, because I wanted him to be nominated. I wanted 8th Grade to show up somewhere because I just thought that movie was so good. I was sad that If Beale Street Could Talk was not nominated for Best Picture.
Can I be honest with you? If Beale Street Could Talk was fine. I thought it was fine. It was a good movie, but it wasn't. I didn't think it was nominee.
Well, you're not a good movie goer, so I feel like.
All right, great. This is good discourse. Thank you.
Good job. Misty Man, Jamie and Aaron, and heck, Knox, if you want to answer too, I'm all ears. Favorite drugstore pinky nude lip color?
Okay, it's
cranberry.
L'Oreal.
Next.
That's not even a thing. But
you don't know that. You don't know. You don't know.
Do you mean like actual?
Get out of here.
Do you mean like actual cranberries that you just rub on your lips?
Maybe I do, Jamie. Maybe I do.
Okay, so it's actually L'Oreal's. They do a line of nudes by famous people, and the pinky nude is Julianne's nude, and it is fantastic.
Julianne Hough?
Julianne Redhead.
Margulies.
No. Julianne.
What's her name? I don't remember her name, Jamie. The redhead.
Julianne.
She had the Boston accent in 30 Rock.
Boston. That's right. Julianne Nicholson. No.
Margulies. Dang it.
Julianne
More.
Moore. God,
Oh,
how hard
wow.
could that have been?
Yeah, no, but criticize the cranberry. Go ahead. Let's hear that. It's good.
Leanne Swarbrick. What's the worst mistake y'all made as a PMG and the best decision?
Okay, I know the answer to the first one. You ready?
I'm ready.
And tell me if you don't agree with me. It is the Podcast Live Tour of 2017.
Oh, I agree with that. I agree
That's
with that. completely.
crushing. That is crushing.
Listen, here's why. It wasn't that we didn't love that we came to those cities and we did the thing, but we made the fact that we try to do a city every 3 weeks and that we did 2 shows. We had venues that were horrible. Not everyone, but like we had some venues that were horrible. We just didn't, and we were stuck. Like we were in it. We'd already sold out shows. It was like,
You know,
It was
I'll
so
do Spin Zone. I think that was the best thing we ever did because it made us figure it out. I do. I think we were like, okay, so now we have to not have big penis sculptures in our venue. We have to know that. We have to have air conditioning. We have to know that. I think it made us better. I think our biggest mistake would be having 15 different Patreon levels originally.
oh yeah, that was a big mistake. Yeah, no, we did have all the Chris's. Although I did like the way we framed them, but it was not wise in the beginning. I will say, to me, I think the best decision we made was hiring Aaron. Maybe not.
Oh, that's good.
Oh my
That's good.
gosh.
I see what you
Maybe
did
not.
there.
Maybe not this intoxicated. I did watch her pray with her daughter right before we started, and so it was really lovely.
Intoxicated. I just had a little bit of whiskey.
Yeah.
Okay. Amy Steves. Any chance Aaron gets her own segment or ever participates in a regular podcast episode? I don't know.
We gotta
I
figure that out.
messing with
Episode number 11. If you can find it, you can hear it.
yours. You got it. And if you can find the Golden Moon Buffet,
The Golden
you'll
Moon
get-
Buffet. It's
good.
listen, y'all. It's on the internet. You can find it if you look hard enough. You can find the Golden Moon Buffet.
Is that true?
Yeah, the Tumblr is still up and live.
Oh, Tumblr goes forever. I forgot
Wow.
about that.
That's
Okay,
right.
on a scale of 1 to 10, how much is Tom Brady acting like Taylor Swift winning a Grammy after winning the AFC Championship?
Don't you do that. 1? I don't even know the question. Tom Brady?
But how do you know that's not a compliment? She gets
don't think
very
it
excited
is.
about winning a Grammy.
No, but she's like, oh, I just didn't expect this. He didn't expect this. You know why? Because he has trash. He has trash weapons. He has nobody to throw to. Next.
I need you all to discuss Zac Efron's new movie, The Beach Bum. What in the world?
Trouble.
Look,
Not
we
good.
we get a new trailer tomorrow. I am hoping that trailer is better than the first trailer.
Don't hold your breath. Next.
Amelia Ray wants to say that T-Public is awesome. Big green light.
I agree.
yay.
Next.
Someone named Hamilton Hedgehog. Can we have more Flavortown? Maybe an Enneagram episode or two.
Yes, we are holding it. That's a great call because we're gonna do the first one and we're definitely do the second one really soon.
Yeah, we are.
Callie Edwards, been listening for about a year, and I love all things PMG, especially the Bible Bench. I became a Patreon supporter because I needed more content to keep me off the phone on my 80-mile commute in Houston traffic. Curious how Knox and Jamie met. I know how y'all met Aaron, but have somehow missed the connection between Knox and Jamie. Do you want me to tell it? I feel like I can tell it now.
I feel like you can tell it.
Knox and Jamie met in a bar, and it was hold on. It was
not a bar, coffee.
before-
It was a coffee.
No,
coffee
there was
house.
there was a cocktail hour.
We were born in the darkness, raised by it.
There was a cocktail hour for a convention, and they met there.
Convention.
A conference. That's what I mean.
You're doing great.
We were chosen for the Constitutional Convention.
And that's how they met. They took a weird picture that I've never seen, that I don't think you've ever seen either.
It's been on Instagram. So if you follow us on
red
Instagram,
face.
it's
well, I
been
don't
there.
follow the
Very
podcast on Instagram. So
Well, that's fair.
anyway, but that's how they met.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll rate that story 2 out of 10. 2
It
out of
wasn't
10.
great. It wasn't great.
It wasn't great, but
It's not a good story.
Blog writing forum
Yes.
with people who are way more successful than us. Jamie liked to talk trash about the girls from Nashville, and I was like, we should do a podcast just like about that whole vibe and then like the rest is history.
There you go.
Okay, it's 9:30. I don't think we have time to go through these. We finished all the Patreon questions.
Okay.
Let's do like 60 seconds. We
Come
started
on.
a minute late. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's see.
We'll alternate. Jamie, you take the first one. I'll take the second one.
Okay.
Everybody's really excited about.
My toboggan. Next. Go. Keep going. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Knox, what is your Jimmy John's order?
It was for my son, but it was a ham and cheese slim. But I like the country club. Next.
Oh, it's hard to find. Dookie Howser for balls.
We're gonna make that shirt, y'all, on TeePublic. You'll get to see Lisa wearing it and decide what size you want to get.
Hold on, I'm trying to get the next questions. This is hard because I have to go through everyone's.
It's okay. It's better in theory.
Comments.
It was really good in theory.
Y'all want to talk about?
No, you know what? Next time we do it, we should be like, if you have a question, you have to start your chat comment with Dookie Howser. And then that way you would just look for Dookie Howsers.
All caps.
Is it
or Dookie's Howser?
Is it Poot Knox McCoy or Randall Poot McCoy? Great question.
Such a great question.
Everyone is very offended by your Peloton comments.
Why? Why? They haven't approached us.
Technically, it's not her. It's Aaron's Peloton comments.
No, I didn't say it. He's the one that said we're not Pelotons.
They haven't reached out. We're good. We're good show. We do good numbers.
Okay.
What was the question? Randall Poot Knox McCoy? Sure. I'll go with that. Next.
Randall
Poot McCoy.
Yeah.
People want to know about where the the Gilmore Girls deep dive is. Come to Missouri. I don't know.
Not gonna happen. Next.
Okay.
We will maybe one day go to Missouri.
Never gonna happen. Next.
You have to wear an eye patch if we go to Missouri.
Name a city, Missouri. 3, 2, 1.
Do you have any recommendations?
St. Louis. You guys.
Do you have any recommendations for news sources that are unbiased?
No, absolutely not. Are you kidding me?
Listen, I know that that's a trick question because no matter what I say, you'll be like, "You're a liar." That's
We've already been reprimanded for our political beliefs.
We have
on Patreon, so we will not do it again.
We have.
Oh my gosh! Somebody found the Golden Moon Buffet Tumblr and posted it.
Oh yay! Good job, guys.
Good job, Courtney. Okay, all right, that's it. That's all the questions that I found. Everyone's excited about Bane voice.
Oh,
okay. So a couple things. So we have a new Cinema Side piece that comes out Friday. It will be on Mrs. Doubtfire. Then we will post up next week the new voting for February. Of course, we don't want to sway you in who you should vote for, but do know that you could beat out those $3 folks by making Godfather the winner.
You know, The Ringer just did The Godfather.
Oh no.
Yeah. I don't even go there anymore. I just don't.
Now you're sad. We'll find a new thing for you to like.
Dark Knight Rises. I love
Dark Knight Rises. Yeah. So that's the first thing. And then next week we will have Erin. She's going to be on our Bachelor recap, which is very exciting. We're excited to have her there. And so, so thank you so much for supporting us. Great things are on the horizon.
They are.
Yeah. So, and it's because of you and your support. Truly, truly. Like, it's crazy. We're so thankful. I mean, because literally, Erin is here. We like looked at Office Space. Like, we've been looking at Office Space. Like, that's crazy to think that we could do that when we met in a writing forum /bar.
Yeah.
You know, many years ago. It's
right.
crazy to think. Yeah, at a cocktail hour at a convention. It's very salacious.
It did, because you left out the convenient fact that you'd gotten in like a car wreck before, and that's why
I was almost killed.
Yeah, almost
on
murdered.
that trip.
Yeah,
vehicular homicide by a car.
Yeah,
but you're here.
But I'm here, quitting my job for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank y'all so much for joining us, and we will see you soon.
Yeah.
Bye,
thank
guys.
you guys so
much.
much.
You're the best. Bye.
Bye.